The Epstein victim press conference this morning, everybody needs to see this. Here, one of their lawyers starts with a Freudian slip and then says something very important about Donald Trump.
I can tell you that I talked to President Trump back in 2009, and several times after that, he didn't think that it was a hoax then. In fact, he helped me. He got on the phone. He told me things that were helping our investigation. Now, our investigation wasn't looking into him, but he was helping us then. He didn't treat this as a hoax. So at this point in time, I would hope that he would revert back to what he was saying to get elected, which is, I want transparency. This about face that occurred, none of us understand it. In fact, I don't understand how this is an issue that's even up for debate. How do you not stand behind these women after you've heard their stories and know that hundreds of them were abused, and it was only because files are being kept in secrecy? The world should know who he is, who protected him, and the other people that are out there to be investigated need to be investigated.
Now, just one more question on that document, and this goes to the more salacious rumors, but I would like you to just, whatever you can say on it. Obviously, our current president has had relationships with Epstein in the past, and there are those Katie Johnson and maybe other victims who have accused Trump of being involved in things like this. In my experience, Trump supporters will not listen to anything along those lines. Obviously, we're not a court of law here right now, but are those claims that case was dropped? It was dropped before it went to court. In your opinion as a lawyer and your experience, is there anything you can say as to the validity of those claims, or whether or not there will be any more about that?
Nothing at all. The only thing that I can say about President Trump is that he is the only person who, in 2009, when I served a lot of subpoenas on a lot of people, or at least gave notice to some pretty connected people that I wanted to talk to them, he is the only person who picked up the phone and said, let's just talk. I'll give you as much time as you want. I'll tell you what you need to know, and was very helpful in the information that he gave, and gave no indication whatsoever that he was involved in anything untoward whatsoever, but had good information that checked out and that helped us, and that we didn't have to take a deposition of him.
And that was in 2009? That
was in 2009. So,
do you know if there's any truth to James Patterson's claims that Trump kicked Epstein out of Mar-a-Lago?
I've definitely heard that. I definitely heard that, and I don't know that it was Trump himself as opposed to a manager there.
But it's Trump's club, so
yeah,
people credit him.
I've heard the rumor that Epstein was kicked out of there for allegedly trying to pick up somebody's daughter or something like that. But I think I did chase that down as far as I could, and never was able to confirm it. But I heard it.
I'm on the same boat with
Breaking news. It turns out in 2009, it appears that Donald Trump was actually helping the Epstein victims' lawyers with getting information on Jeffrey Epstein. Now we understand why he does not want that case released, because the same evidence he probably pointed out for Epstein can be used for himself. Why else would he not be transparent? Listen to what this lawyer said.
Understand why it's a hostile act. I can tell you that I talked to President Trump back in 2009, and several times after that, he didn't think that it was a hoax then. In fact, he helped me. He got on the phone. He told me things that were helping our investigation. Now, our investigation wasn't looking into him, but he was helping us then. He didn't treat this as a hoax. So at this point in time, I would hope that he would revert back to what he was saying to get elected, which is, I want transparency. This about face that occurred, none of us understand it. In fact, I don't understand how this is an issue that's even up for debate. How do you not stand behind these women after you've heard their stories and know that hundreds of them were abused, and it was only because files are being kept in secrecy? The world should know who he is, who protected him.
Now, I'm like him. If you were helping me in 2009, why suddenly a change of face? We all hear what he's saying to the GOP, that if they sign on to Representative Massey's discharge position, they would be seen as making a hostile action towards the Trump administration. What makes it hostile? Please, somebody in the comments explains to me, because I can't for the life of understand. Like, the idea that Trump did something wrong and is in his files gets up higher and higher every single day as more information comes to light. Y'all so much I think about all this in the comments, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.
Oh, you guys on the left, you are not gonna want to hear this. But I'm gonna play it anyways.
Ask, and I know, and it's just something that I think we're compelled to at this moment, with the attention on President Trump, with these questions around a pardon. Did anybody see or hear of the president himself doing anything inappropriate as it related to Jeffrey Epstein?
No. I suppose the Me Too movement is no longer a thing. I suppose we're past believe all women, are we? Should we not believe these survivors? Oh, E. Jean Carroll. We have E. Jean Carroll out here telling Anderson Cooper that survivors of grape think grape is sexy. So I want to know, I really want to know, according to you, the people on the left, we are to believe all women, except when they exonerate Trump. This video is for entertainment purposes only, and boy, am I entertained. Follow me.
We have some breaking news right now. One of the Epstein survivors speaking at the largest ever rally of Epstein survivors right behind me just announced that the survivors are going to be confidentially compiling a list of names. Since the Trump administration won't release the Epstein client list, they're going to compile a confidential list of names by survivors for survivors, outlining every individual responsible and involved in Epstein and Maxwell's horrific crimes over the many years. They are fighting back. They are making their voices heard. Right now, today, the survivors need to be heard. There are over a dozen survivors here today. Shortly, we're going to have a press conference with Republicans and Democrats from the House of Representatives. I'm going to be asking them questions about what they see happening next. There is a major push to release the files on Capitol Hill, and right now, these survivors are not backing down. Keep spreading their voice, keep sharing, spread the word, and follow along, stay up to date on all the news you need to know about. And I'll have a full breakdown of today's events on my Substack, linked in bio, in a couple hours.